Hey guys, welcome back to Shireen's Serenity. So before I start this video, I just want to say, oh, I can hardly speak and I'm about to tell you why. Um, I just got my tongue web pierced. So it's a lot getting used to having a piercing under the tongue. So I may talk a little funny, I may have a lisp, or I may like over exaggerate my words, like talk like this, so I can kind of talk a little clearer. So I just kind of wanted to address that and kind of move on to what the video is about. So I actually got a request by Nubian Beauty, and I'll put her request right here. And she said, do you mind doing a James Patterson book collection video? I recently read Zoo and loved it, but I'm not sure what are some other really good books by him. And girl, I got you. I have so many James Patterson books, so I would love to make a video for you. So these are all of my James Patterson books, and I'm gonna go through them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the summary off of the back of the book, and then I'm going to give what I thought of the book. So the first book that I read from James Patterson was Step on a Crack. This is how it looks like. And it reads, the First Lady was only the first victim. After her mysterious death, the world's most powerful people gathered in New York to mourn. Then the inconceivable suddenly occurred. Billionaires, politicians, and celebrities became trapped by one man's brilliant, deadly scenario. Pulled into the fray is Detective Michael Bennett, father of 10, who now faces his most sinister challenge. A ruthless criminal who kills without hesitation encounters everything the NYPD and FBI throw at him. With the entire world watching and the tension at a boiling point, Bennett must quickly find a way out or become responsible for the greatest debacle in history. Now, this is the first book that I brought from James Patterson, and from the looks of all the other books that I brought from him, this was a pretty good book to start with. I actually really enjoyed this. It's definitely something that you want to keep reading. It like keeps you up on your feet and it keeps you wanting more. And from what I can remember, because it's been a few years since I read this, from what I can remember, the ending was a twist, and it was a twist that I didn't expect. So I love that from a book where, because I'm a person who loves to like guess what's going to happen, and a part of me is like excited if I guess it's right, but then another part of me is like, oh, this book must not be that good if I guessed it right. No, this book keeps you on your feet. It keeps you wanting to turn the pages, and it is a twist at the end. So I highly, highly recommend Step on a Crack. The next two books that I got from James Patterson was Honeymoon and Second Honeymoon. Okay, so this reads, how does it feel to be desired by every man and envied by every woman? Wonderful. This is the life of Nora. There we go with my tongue piercing. Nora St. Clair has dreamed about, the life she's worked hard for, the life she will never give up. When FBI agent John O'Hara first sees her, she seems perfect. She has the looks, the career, the clothes, the wit, the sophistication, the tantalizing sex appeal, the whole extraordinary package. And men fall in line to court her. She doesn't just attract men, she enthralls them. So why is the FBI so interested in Nora St. Clair? Mysterious things keep happening to the people around her, especially the men. And there is something dangerous about Nora when Agent O'Hara looks more closely, something that lures him at the same time that it fills him with fear. Is there something dark hidden among the unexplained gaps in her past? And as he spends more and more time getting to know her, is he pursuing justice or his own fatal obsession? And oh my gosh, this is so good. Again, it's been a few years since I read this, so I don't remember all the details of this book, but I can remember reading the last page of this book and thinking, I need to get the second book. There has to be a second book to this. He can't just leave us hanging like this. So that's why I brought Second Honeymoon. And I actually remember recommending this to my friend, and I was like, you need to read this. This is so good. So this is another book that I recommend. And I'm not going to read you what Second Honeymoon's about. Honestly, I was a little disappointed in this. I thought it was going to be more interesting like Honeymoon was, but it was interesting, but it wasn't really like keeping me on my toes interesting. It was kind of a light read for me, and it was just like, it was like a book. It wasn't like bad, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I need more of this. So this is Second Honeymoon. Okay, these next few books that I'm going to tell you guys about is actually a series, and I'm not going to again read the summary from this, but I'm just going to go over the titles of all the books from this series and then explain to you kind of what the series is about. So the first book of the series is First to Die, and this was actually made into a movie. It's on YouTube, but I tried to watch the movie, but it really wasn't interesting at all to me, so I was kind of disappointed because I really enjoyed this book. Second book is Second Chance. The third book is Third Degree. Fourth book is 4th of July. Fifth book is The Fifth Horseman. And the sixth book is The Sixth Target. And pretty much what this series is about is a detective from San Francisco named Lindsay, and she and a few of her friends get together whenever there's like a big murder spree or something's big is happening in the San Francisco area, and they make a women's murder club. And pretty much when something big happens in the city, Lindsay is a detective. One of the friends is a I forgot the medical term's name, but pretty much one of the girls is when someone dies, they do an autopsy on them. That's what one of the girls are. Another one is a reporter, and the other one's in the law enforcement, like a lawyer. And pretty much they all come together and they put their heads together and kind of try to solve what is going on and who's to blame and who is doing all the murders. And that's pretty much what the premise of every single book is, but of course they have different murder sprees, different people. The first couple books I actually really enjoyed. Obviously I enjoyed them a lot to the point where I wanted to keep buying from that series. Although the last two books that I read, The Fifth Horseman and The Sixth Target, I wasn't really as into it as I was in the first couple books. I don't know if it had to do with the book itself or me just kind of being over reading James Patterson books and kind of wanting to expand my author horizons into other books and authors. So I do recommend that series. It's a really good series and I enjoyed it. Okay, so I have two more books in my collection that I have yet to read, but I just kind of wanted to mention it. One of it is Hide and Seek, and the other is Cross Country. Again, I haven't read these books, but if it's like any of the other James Patterson books that I've had, it should be a quick read and interesting. So I hope this video helped you, newbie and beauty. Yeah, that's my James Patterson collection. Thank you so much for the video recommendation, and I hope you enjoy this video. So comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.